Hello everyone and welcome back. Welcome to another crafty decor adventure. Olivia here with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I am so excited to share with you 10 DIY Dollar Tree floral decor crafts and some big bows. Hey, listen, I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget, and I love to share with you guys also how you can take your items and transform them and make them amazing without breaking the bank. So listen, if you love that, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel, punch that bell. It will update you every time I post a new video, and join me over on Facebook. I have an Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page. I have a free little group page you guys can participate in, post photos of your home decor and DIY projects. And I am a 90s girl. I love my big bows and I love my florals. I feel like it brings coziness and joy into my home. So you guys can always take my projects, modify them with the different colors and ribbons to suit your fancy. So if you love that, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting.
Now for this next DIY, I want to share with you all how to take a styrofoam pumpkin. Now this styrofoam pumpkin actually was from Walmart. They're $5, and I'm just going to cut the top out. So you can use any styrofoam pumpkin. You can probably find them at your local craft stores as well. And then I'm going to take some of these cute little Dollar Tree picks. I'm starting out with some leaf picks, and then I'm going to use some of these cute little orange tall stringy picks, and then some cute little sunflowers. So I was actually at, it was a vintage marketplace, and they had a really cute display that they had made inside of a pumpkin. And I know this is probably nothing new, but for some reason with all of my crafting, I think I've never done this one before. And you guys might see some awkward mom dancing behind this arrangement. That's me, awkward mom dancing. And I promise you, I really don't have to go to the bathroom. It looks like it, but I love to jam out to some praise and worship music, or just some fun music, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. It could be anywhere from Janet Jackson to Laura Daigle. I mean, I love all kinds of music. So anyway, but I'm adding in just some kind of like little prongy looking, longer, stringier florals. Oh, I don't know what these are. I want to say cattails, but I know those aren't cattails. Anyway, drop a comment down below if you guys know what these are. But anyway, I'm just adding in fall florals, sunflowers, and they have these little mini mums at Dollar Tree, and they come in this kind of greenish color, like a lime greeny color. I thought they looked kind of nice against the orange and the yellow. So it's keeping things still a little bit summery, but then that little pumpkin down there is going to scream fall. And to make it look more fall, when I want to and I'm ready to, I can pull some of, the brighter colors out and just add in some more fall-y colors, if that's even a word. I'm not sure. Is fall-y a word? You guys let me know. But anyway, so I have this little arrangement going here. I like to fluffy duffy it around. I did notice when I was filming that I maybe needed to, kind of work on a little bit of the front of it. So when I film, you guys can see the front part of it, and sometimes I always can't see the best part of the front part of it. Anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and make a bow. So I'm going to use my Easy Bow Maker and this cute little ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I actually was going to use this really adorable pumpkin ribbon. You guys probably saw me looking around for it, couldn't find it, and then found it, of course, once my project was done. Does that ever happen to you guys? Anyway, the bow maker is amazing. You guys can pretty much find them anywhere, craft stores, Amazon, Deco Exchange, but it really helps out your tired fingers if you're a busy crafter like me, or you're just lazy like me as well. So anyway, I'm going to make about a 6-inch bow, and then I'm going to make it about an inch smaller, so 5-inch, and then about 4 inches. I don't want to overwhelm this arrangement with too much bow, although it did seem pretty large once I got it in here. But I do like to also dovetail the ends on my ribbon, and by dovetailing the ends, you can see I'm just taking and I'm folding it and then cutting a triangle in an upwards direction. If you like to make and sell your crafts and give them away, it's a very nice finishing touch. I've always done this in my wreaths and whatnot. It just makes things look, a little bit more boutique gorgeous. Okay, so now that we have that all finished up, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this ribbon off, and I'm going to add it in. Now what I did is I attached the ribbon to just a stray piece of floral, one of the little floral picks. It didn't have a floral on the end of it. I hope that makes sense. And then I just popped it into this arrangement. I did add a little bit more ribbon in and around the top, and then there you guys have that, a fun and fabulous little blooming floral. Now listen, I really feel like this could be something that you might see at your grocery store florist or in a little boutique, and really it looks pretty nice for the amount that we spent. So I mean, grab some florals from Dollar Tree and a cute little styrofoam pumpkin. They should have them out at Walmart. If they don't have them out now, they should have them out soon. And make a pretty floral. Add a cute little bow. Just have fun with it. Get creative and go for it. For the next DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make some super easy, simple florals. I found this bucket at Michael's, again on 70% off clearance, and I'm just taking some of these sunflowers and these pretty little, they're kind of like a creamy off-white mum, and I'm popping them in, again, also with some of these like little orangish yellow, stringy kind of flowers. I got the flowers at Hobby Lobby. They were on 50% off florals when I got them. So look for those Hobby Lobby coupons. It makes everything so much better. They don't have the single coupon anymore, but they do run a ton of sales. So here is how that turned out. I just popped in a couple flowers and I was good to go. Now here's another quick little easy arrangement. It's going to be fairly similar. I did one of these by my front door, and then I did another one of these out in my studio. The sunflowers, you guys, so brighten everything up so much. So again, I'm popping sunflowers in. Now for this one, this bucket was kind of deep, so I did just pop in some little brown craft paper, and then I'm adding in some of these yellow flowers. Right now in my home, I'm still doing mainly yellows and blues left over kind of from summer, but it's about to be August and I am going to go full out, even though behind me it kind of looks like I've gone full out fall. And I have on my little fall pumpkin t-shirt, and I got that off of Amazon. I'm also getting my fall mugs at Hobby Lobby. I know I've had a lot of people asking. So here is how the little yellow one turned out, and then the other one I used over on a little table to cover up a cord. My crafting studio is out in what used to be my garage. So there's this funny little cord that runs up the wall. Anyway, so this floral, you wouldn't know it, and it's a little large for this table, but it's covering up the cord for the lamp. Cords drive me crazy. Comment down below if you guys feel me on that one. Okay, you guys, so as always, I ask that you just leave a comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be trying to recreate. I'm so excited to hear what you guys are up to. Don't forget to pop over to my Facebook page. And also, I have a secret question. I am giving away a $100 Amazon gift card, and I want to know, what is your absolute favorite flower that you're growing in your garden right now? Or what is your favorite veggie or fruit? So drop a comment down below or you leave some emojis. Let's light up this comment section. And then here's Benji Bear getting a pup cup. We love to get him a little bit of a pup cup, and he just this next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take with those Dollar Tree silver buckets, and I added some floral foam into the center. The next thing I wanted to do was just create a super easy, a fun little sunflower floral arrangement. And so I'm going to take some of the Dollar Tree sunflowers, and I'm just going to trim them apart, and I used the yellow ones and then also the orange ones. And Benji Bear, my puppy dog, just turned 1 year old today, so he wants to say hi to you guys. We had a little birthday party for him, and I'll leave some clips at the end of the video for you guys. But it sounds like somebody must be outside because he's really getting excited. Okay, so now I'm just going to pop an apple into this little arrangement. I love to do this like at the late summer. I like to pop some little cute crisp apples in there. And so to do that, it's super easy. Dollar Tree has these foam apples, and you just take a shish kebab stick, stick it up to the center, and then trim it to the level of your floral arrangement. And this is totally optional. You guys definitely don't have to be putting fruit into your arrangements, but I just think it's a fun thing to do. And it would be a neat little back to school gift if you're a teacher, to pop that on your desk, or just if you like to get creative with your florals like me. And I'm also going to be doing a really cute little apple bucket in this DIY series. So you guys are going to love that, which I actually just did for you guys. But yeah, so I'm adding in some cute little mums up here at the top. And oh my goodness, you know, the little mini mums are great. So all of these supplies are from the Dollar Tree, but you guys are gonna have so much fun with this. Okay, so you guys know me, I love my bows. So I decided to make a quick little Olivia bow. I looped this Dollar Tree ribbon over on itself twice, and it's a cute burlap with polka dot ribbon. I love this ribbon. Once fall starts to come into full effect, definitely be grabbing this from the Dollar Tree. It's great because it's also wired. So you just tie this off at the center, super easy peasy, and you can pop it into your arrangement. You can put it on the end of a dowel and pop it in that way, or you can do like me and just hot glue it to the side. I also decided to make some tails, so to do that I just trimmed off a piece of the wired ribbon, and then I'm going to hot glue that to the edge. So the first thing I want to do is add on my tails. And again, this just makes it so fun and fabulous on a total budget, you guys. And then I added in my little Dollar Tree bow. So there you have that. You guys know I have to get a little bit extra and super blingy. So I added some bling jeweled to the center. And there you guys have it. A gorgeous little kind of back to school, kind of late summer. We've got some blooming sunflowers in there. You guys could always pop the apples out and add in some leaves, and that will make your fall arrangement. So drop a comment down below and let me know, how's everybody doing and how's your summer going? That is going to be the secret question for today's video. So I usually leave it at the end of the video, but I'm kind of popping it into the center to see who's listening. I'm giving away a $100 Hobby Lobby gift card. So all you guys have to do is drop a comment down below with some positive vibes for summer and let me know, how is your summer going? Good, bad, neutral? Is it hot where you're at? I know we've been getting some 90-degree weather here. So I love y'all and I hope you are enjoying these DIYs. Fabulous as always on a budget, you guys. For this next DIY, I want to share with y'all how to create a summer floral on a budget. So from, I believe, TJ Maxx or maybe Tuesday Morning, I found these really beautiful blue and white pictures. I'm taking this Dollar Tree piece of styrofoam and I just hot glued it to the base of the picture. Now I'm going to take some of these sunflowers. The sunflowers are in a bundle. They're half off at Michael's right now. So I am beginning to transition some of my more spring florals into summer florals. Now what I like to do is add in sunflowers into my arrangement. I'm going to add a taller one up at the top and then one off to the side. And then I'm just going to add in some blue flowers. And this is going to keep that beautiful summer vibe going. So mixing in some blues and some whites. And then once it becomes a little bit later into summer and we want to start moving into fall, I can pull the blues and whites and begin to mix in some fall colors. But sunflowers are so bright and so sunshiny. So I added in some taller white flowers. Again, these are also half off at Michael's. And then I'm just kind of clipping them off and picking them in and around this beautiful summer floral. So after I gave my summer bouquet a bit of a fluffing, I did pop in a couple of little orange and yellow flowers, just kind of peeking out the back. And I popped this onto my mantle. I have been collecting books from the thrift store. I feel like it is one of the best places to find used book for decor and also for reading. I also found those little A to Z bookends. They're not vintage, but I thought they looked really cool on my mantle with these beautiful blue and white pictures. And the pictures were like probably $12 to $15. And then just popping in these summer bouquets. This blue and white is just really speaking to me this year. It feels so crisp and cool and clean. And then I added some topiaries to either side of my mantle.
That I love you. Ooh,
Now for this next Dollar Tree DIY, this is going to be actually more of a trash to treasure DIY. Lately we have been addicted to Pringles and I saw this can and I knew it would make the perfect vase for fall. So I'm taking my Pringles can and I'm going to take this pretty check fabric, or not fabric, excuse me, paper. This is kind of Mackenzie Child's dupe pattern paper, and you're going to find this at Hobby Lobby at 69 cents. It's total steal, and I'm just going to wrap it around my Pringles can. So I hot glued it on one end, and then I hot glued it again in the center, and then I'm just kind of loosely hot gluing it to finish it off. Now you guys could also Mod Podge this, but I kind of didn't want to get out my Mod Podge today. I thought it would be a little bit less messy and just as cute to hot glue it onto here. This isn't going to be a forever vase probably, but it's going to be a seasonal vase. And listen, all you guys have to do is change up the patterns and you'll have a beautiful vase that will match your home decor. I took a piece of styrofoam cone from Dollar Tree, flipped it upside down, and it fits perfectly into the Pringles can. So side note there, we may be doing some Christmas decorations with these as well. Now I'm taking some of these Dollar Tree sunflowers and I clip them off just a little bit longer, and then some of these pomegranates. I use the sunflowers kind of in the outward blooming direction and then added in some pomegranates and leaves. Again, get creative with this. You guys could do the yellow sunflower for late summer and then add in some oranges as fall approaches, but you guys can really have fun with this. Use any paper that you want to use. You could do this in shabby chic with roses. You guys could, there's so many ideas. So take this idea, run with it, get creative, and make it your own. Here is how it turned out. I popped it into this cute little fall setting. I lit a beautiful fall candle, which Bath & Body Works. This caramel pumpkin swirl is to die for. They also have a latte scent for fall that I picked up for me and my son's girlfriend. And then my daughter got the white pumpkin marshmallow one. You guys, the smells are so good if you like Bath & Body candles. And here's a quick little overview. So as always, I ask that you guys comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating. I'm so excited to hear what everybody is up to. And also, I thought it would be really fun to name my cottage or name my home. So how would you guys name it? Like, what words would you describe my little cottage or home? I do call it Olivia's romantic home, but I thought a cute little name for it would also be awesome. And here's this Southern girl can go check out her channel. She's a fabulous crafter, but you just you hot glue your leaf stem to the top part of your plunger here, and then you're going to want to reinforce it with just a bit of wire. This wire is from Dollar Tree. You all could also use a pipe cleaner. Just use whatever you have on hand is fine. And you're going to kind of stagger your bundles. I also kept most of mine towards the top, and I believe I used about 6 to 7 bundles, and you kind of turn your plunger once you get one side full and then continue to hot glue and add more of them. And again, just however full you want your tree to look is what you'll want to go for. I didn't go all the way down the tree. I just kept them mainly at the top, and then I kind of parted the top part of the tree, and I'm using this jute twine. It's actually wired, and you get this at the Dollar Tree, but you could also just use the jute twine that's in the automotive section, or you could use burlap. Dollar Tree also has that burlap wired ribbon. Pretty much anything that's kind of the base of a tree color you'll want to use to wrap your stems with. Then I took this Dollar Tree little galvanized planter. I flipped my plunger inside out kind of, and then popped it into the planter, and then I'm just reinforcing all of the sides with a bit of Dollar Tree styrofoam. This is so fun and fabulous. I honestly wasn't sure if I could make this come out well, but I really am feeling that it is really going a lot better than planned. So I'm using some of that Dollar Tree greenery moss, and I'm popping that into the base because I just wanted to fill it out. Now I wish I would have had kind of some more fall colored moss, but I may pick that up and add that around the top, but kind of use what you have on hand. Now the other thing to make your tree look a little bit more realistic is to take some of the stems off one of your leaf bundles and just kind of hot glue those in and around the tree. I also wrapped one of those little battery packs and popped that into the top of my tree to give my tree a light up effect. So I just hot glued it to the very top and then just kind of wound it around. And this is just one of the tiny little battery operated ones that you get at Dollar Tree. So here is how it turned out, and I am crushing on this, you guys. I'm so excited that I got several of those little galvanized planters because then I can do more. I would like to do another tree in a different color. So definitely fun and fabulous. I think maybe the whole project cost me about $10, and then here it is displayed on my dining room table. I wanted to show you guys a different setting with the lights kind of set low. You can see the little pretty kind of. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take 4 of these welcome fall signs, and I'm going to begin to attach them with some hot glue. So I'm attaching it end to end, and what I want to create is a little planter box like something that I saw at Kirkland's, but we are going to do this on a budget. Then I'm going to stack them on top of one another. I am going to cover up the welcome fall sign, which I think is super adorable. So if you love that part of the sign, definitely use it as is, but I have so many signs already. So now I'm also going to take some of the Dollar Tree nautical rope. I wanted to edge this out. I also think jute twine would be really beautiful, but I am going to tell you right now that I'm challenging myself to use the supplies that I already have on hand. I know you guys have a lot of crafting supplies on hand, so try to dig into what you already have and get creative. I'm using my hot glue gun to attach the nautical rope all the way around the little edge of my planter box, and I think it is looking so super adorable. I see these little planter boxes at Kirkland's and at TJ Maxx and even Target, and they're so expensive, so I thought, why not create something on a budget? Now, the next thing I want to share with you guys is I've been using some puppy training pads to help clean up my crafting area and catch some of the fallout from my paint. So I'm using some of this Dollar Tree moss, and the puppy training pad below is going to help catch that moss, which really makes a mess on my crafting table. Now I'm adding a whole bag of moss. You could also add in some Dollar Tree foam, but I didn't really have any that was the right size, so I just added the moss instead. And then I'm going to take some of this lamb's ear, you can find it at Walmart, and I'm going to pop that in, and then just some of these little Dollar Tree pumpkin picks, and I'm just popping them in. And again, you may want to secure these with some foam, but this arrangement isn't going to move around a whole lot, so I wasn't really too worried about it. But have fun with it and get creative. Now I wanted this to be more of kind of like a little neutral farmhouse look. I haven't done a whole lot of that look this season. I've done a lot more traditional, but I thought for this setting, since I am doing more traditional, I want to do something just a little bit less dramatic so it will pop against some of my traditional stuff. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, continue to pop in some pretty florals. Again, a lot of these kind of more rustic farmhouse look. And then once you're satisfied, you can go ahead and display that. Have fun with it, use the colors you love, and get creative. So really, this was only about $4 to create the base, with the nautical rope $5, and then the little picks $6 or $7, so maybe $10 total. And check it out. I think it looks so high end and fabulous, gorgeous. Definitely something that you would not guess is from the Dollar Tree. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree cylinder vases and some of those wooden beads that I've been using quite a bit of lately. I'm just going to pop them into the base of the vase, and I'm actually going to use them as kind of like my vase filler. I thought this was kind of an interesting idea. I've never done this before. I don't know if I've ever seen this done before, and it might not look too awesome to everybody, but I thought it kind of turned out cute. So I'm using some of these dried florals from the Dollar Tree, and I just kind of clustered them all together and layered them. I thought that this might be kind of nice for anybody that likes a little bit more of a natural look. I feel like this is like really pretty natural looking. And so then I'm just going to tie a quick little jute twine bow here on the outside of it. And then that's really pretty much all it took. So maybe this will inspire you guys to get kind of creative and maybe take some of your summer florals and dry them. I know you guys can dry flowers or even press them, and get some, nice dried goodies. You maybe not even don't have to find them at the Dollar Tree. I was lucky to find these, so I was kind of excited. But here's how that turned out. Okay, so as always, I ask you guys, comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating. It is such a true blessing and an honor to have you guys here. I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you guys. And as always, don't forget to comment down below the answer to my secret question. So what would be your favorite food that you would want to try in a new country? Drop a comment down below. next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with y'all how to create a really neat and easy little late summer kind of dried floral arrangement. So I'm taking this larger vase from Walmart. I think it was about $4 or $5. I'm going to pop some of this raffia into the center of it, and I got this from Dollar Tree. And then Dollar Tree is carrying these beautiful dried florals, and they were in our crafting section. And so I just unwrapped a couple bundles of them, and I'm just kind of gently placing them down inside of the raffia. Now I did end up pulling them back out because I felt like that I needed to put some moss in there to kind of give it something to hold in there. The dried florals, you really can't use floral foam, so I thought that this would be better, but I did end up using several little bits of the yellows and blues, and I didn't pull them all apart because I wanted them to kind of stay in their dried formation, and I didn't want them to flake off. But I ended up using the little dried smaller florals in and around the base of the floral, and then pulled some of the taller ones up to give it a bit of dimension, and then just had the longer taller ones in the center. And this is super easy, and you can kind of play around with it till you get it to where you like the way that it looks. And this is something you would probably see at a Kirkland's for much more than about $10 is what I probably use to make this, 10 to 12 maybe, but I think it looks really nice. Now this is a faux fireplace, so no worries here, and I probably would display it on the other side of these books, but very fun and fabulous on a total budget. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take one of those galvanized buckets that I found at the Dollar Tree, and then some of these fall florals. I'm going to hot glue a piece of foam that you get at Dollar Tree down into the bottom, and then I'm going to start out with these pretty longer kind of wheat colored stems. I'm going to add in some of this fall looking eucalyptus, and all of these florals are from the Dollar Tree. If you choose florals that are in kind of a similar hue, it can give it a little bit more of a high-end look. Now I decided to keep all of these florals on their original stem, and I just pull them apart, and that makes them nice to kind of bloom out. So you can see that I'm leaving room in the center to add some more pretty florals. I also love these daisies that have these kind of little burlap pieces in them, very pretty. And again, all of these colors are in kind of that deeper burnt orange fall look. Now I decided to add in some leaves to just kind of tie everything together. Again, I'm fanning them out so they can kind of all pop in here together. And then the next thing I wanted to do was add those feathers. I love feathers. I always see them in the more high-end designs. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree velvet pumpkins and some of those Dollar Tree gems. I love these adhesive gems. You get them in the Crafters Square section. Now don't panic. These pumpkins came out last year. Hopefully they'll put them out again this year. If you see them, grab them. They are amazing. Now you could also paint one of those carvable pumpkins in a pretty fall color and do this same little trick here. So I'm just again running those gems down the pumpkin. This is a very high-end look that I'm seeing out with a lot of the more expensive designers. They're adding jewels to their pumpkins. Now all you have to do to get your jeweled pumpkin to stay in your arrangement is to pop it on the end of a floral stem. You can also add a dab of hot glue, and that will really help it stay on there really nicely. I also popped one of those cute little Dollar Tree signs in. I just hot glued it to a wooden dowel and then covered up my work with some burlap. So here it is popped in to this little beautiful kind of fall inspired setting by my faux mantle. As always, I ask that you guys comment and let me know what is your favorite DIY in this video. I had a lot of favorites in this video, so I'm not sure I could really even pick. I was very surprised though how well this plunger tree turned out. In fact, I showed it to my family and they were pretty shocked as well. Like they had no clue how I made that happen. So you guys have a little trick up your sleeve this fall. You can make some plunger trees. Now I would recommend also for you to fill it with some rocks at the base if you're going to be setting this outside, because it's not going to be like super sturdy to be going through a lot of like wind and storms. That's just a little tip right there, but I think they would be cute outside, like on a little bench on a fall display. So thank you guys for being here. It is such a true blessing and an honor. Your all comments are just so felt and so warm and lovely. I'm so thankful for this community. The love that you all send to me is so felt, and then you guys are so kind to one another. And I also want to compliment everybody that's posting over in my Facebook group page. It's totally free to join over there, but you guys are so inspiring over there. I'm so proud of all of you for all
the first Dollar Tree DIY. I want to share with you how to make a beautiful fall centerpiece on a total budget. So I'm taking one of those Dollar Tree mercury glass candle holders and one of the succulent dishes. I flipped the candle holder upside down, hot glued it to the succulent dish, and then I'm hot gluing one of the Dollar Tree foam squares to the center, and then adding some of their moss grass in and around the foam block. So when you look in through the glass, you see these little pine cones and moss goodies, and you don't see any of that foam block. The next thing I'm going to do is take several different bundles of the Dollar Tree leaves, and you're just going to clip them off at their stems and begin to poke them into the side of your piece of styrofoam. And I just kind of tried to space them fairly evenly and just kind of randomly like push some of them in a little bit further and left some of them a little bit longer. Now I'm adding in some maple leaves to give my arrangement some beautiful dimension. Now listen, I want you all to customize this to match your decor. I decided to give it a pop of just brightness. I would add in some of these mini Dollar Tree mums. These are all Dollar Tree florals, and it's really incredible what you guys can put together for fall. These are some little Dollar Tree little pom-poms, and again, they're really amazing. They give a textural element to pretty much any arrangement. So I used one bundle of the mums and one bundle of the pom-poms. Now I want to add some of the Dollar Tree velvet pumpkins. These are amazing. Grab them when you see them. I'm taking some of the ends of the floral stems and just poking them in to the base of the pumpkin. I used 2 on either side and then 1 candle in the center, and then I want to use some pretty roses. Now these I found at TJ Maxx in like a bridal bundle, and I just kind of flanked the sides of the candle and then added in some of the Dollar Tree smaller pumpkin picks. I didn't hot glue any of this because it felt fairly sturdy, and it's just going to sit on one of my little tables once fall gets here. So pre-fall here, I like to really get things rolling by just making my arrangements in advance, and then once fall is here, it'll be so ready. And hey, you guys can decorate with this now. Take the pumpkins out and add sunflowers, and then change out the sunflowers to pumpkins once fall is here. So here is how it looks. I think it's super elegant. It's on a total budget, really not much more than about $15 spent here, and so you guys don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, beautiful arrangement in home. Trust me. So I hope you guys are loving this one and you're inspired. And hey, you could do a summer bouquet. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, again, we're using one of the silver Dollar Tree chargers. Now for this one, I just hot glued a piece of foam to the center of this charger. And then I'm using this greenery that I picked up at the thrift store. I've cut it into several pieces. And then I have that little Dollar Tree vase off to the side that I'm going to add to the back of my arrangement because I want to put a candle kind of back up behind the arrangement. So I'm just going to continue to add in some greenery for my base. You guys can also use evergreen. Now they have these beautiful orange roses at Walmart. Again, they're $3 for the entire bundle. I thought that was a steal of a deal. They're a really nice high quality floral, and they're a fall floral color, but there's something different. So more of that really pretty kind of cabbage rose look. Now I'm just adding in some sunflowers with some little little leaf picks. This is going to be more of a traditional arrangement. I do have a lot of traditional florals going on in my home, and then I'm using some of those Dollar Tree garlands. You guys have asked me how to make them fuller. My tip to making them fuller is to loop them over on itself, so just double up on your garland and then loop them into some kind of greenery or other floral that you already have. That's just one way I'm going to share with you guys how to make a garland look fuller. So you guys can see those little Dollar Tree leaves are popping out, but that greenery really begins to fill it in. Now I'm just adding in a deeper kind of burnt orange sunflower. They have a little bit of sparkle in the center, which I'm loving. And then I'm going to top it off with some yellow sunflowers and a couple more of those really beautiful orange. I believe they're kind of like a cabbage rose. I don't know, comment and let me know if there's something different. And then I have a little bit of that thrift store garland left over that I used on my shelf in my dining room. And so I just popped that in there just for a little hint of some lime green. And then here's those Dollar Tree. These are metal corn stakes. I have been dying to figure out a use for these inside, and I thought they would be perfect in an arrangement. And they're fairly lightweight, so they popped into that floral foam no problem, and I was able to cut them off with some wire cutters at the base. It did take a little bit of maneuvering. I had to bend them back and forth just a little bit, but if you guys aren't going to be using these outside and you want to use them inside, that's definitely an idea that you could take advantage of. So those velvet pumpkins are really easy to pop a stem in the bottom. If you just add a little cut to the bottom of that velvet pumpkin, pop a stem into the bottom, and it will fit very nicely into a floral arrangement or whatever suits your fancy. So now I'm going to make a funky bow. First attempt here, so you guys give me grace. I'm going to cut 4 strips of 16-inch ribbon. This is wired burlap ribbon. Picked it up at Walmart. It was about $3.97, I believe. They also have wired burlap ribbon at Dollar Tree. I'm just going to take this first loop and twist it. Now I don't have to worry about twisting a pattern outwards, so I thought this would be an easy one to try out for the first time. So I'm just pinching it as I add it, and you can see there's a lot of tails to this bow so far, but it's no big deal. You just fold it over on itself and then you pinch it in the center. Again, you would want to twist it and make sure that the pattern was on the outside, but there's really no pattern to worry about. So the twisting may be kind of optional. I don't know, first time with this bow, you guys. Let me know if you do this bow all the time and you have tips for me. Trust me, I need all the help in the bow department I can get. Okay, so now I'm taking a pipe cleaner and I'm just tying all those little loops together that I just looped over on themselves and twisted. And then of course, you guys know me, I have to give my bows a really good fluffing. This funky bow was pretty fun. It did have a lot of tails kind of to contend with, but otherwise I really liked it. I think it's a fun option, and I know that this is a great one to utilize a lot of leftover ribbon. So now I'm just going to dovetail my ends, and you just want to cut a triangle in the end of your ribbon. That's going to give you a really boutique finished look to your arrangement. Now I want to pop this bow into the side part of this arrangement over here, and I did end up using a similar burlap bow on the other side. I did go back to my Olivia Bow. I just felt like the Olivia Bow for this arrangement was fine to use as well, but I did want to try something different and share with you guys something different. You can also pop a little floral stem into the end of one of those Dollar Tree corn pieces. Get your corn at Dollar Tree, it's only $1. Now for this vase, I used an old Bath & Body Works candle. I flipped a Dollar Tree vase upside down and just glued that candle that I cleaned out from Bath & Body Works to the top of this. That's going to give me some height and a little spot to put a candle in. So also, you guys can use E6000 glue to glue your glass together, but let it dry about 24 hours overnight. Now I'm taking some of those Dollar Tree rocks, which are really great. They're in the crafting section, and I'm just kind of popping them down into the side of this arrangement. I wanted it to have that feel of Pottery Barn. I really love Pottery Barn. They're using a lot of natural elements, so I just thought that kicked it up a notch and added that perfect kind of rustic touch to this little fresh farmer's market harvest wreath full of all these beautiful
bold colors, the corn.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is a true blessing and an honor to have you all here. Listen, I feel like crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul, so I want to encourage you guys to keep up the good work crafting and decorating and plugging in those glue guns and making your homes fabulous on a total budget. And if you love that and you want to join me on this amazing, fun little community, definitely consider subscribing. It's totally free. If you hit the subscribe button, there's a little bell. If you punch that bell, it will hit all, and that will update you every time I post a new video. I post 3 DIY videos a week on YouTube, as well as several a day over on Facebook. I just want to keep you guys inspired and crafting, and I do love to share a good morning cup of coffee with you on my stories, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and just give you guys that daily prayer card, which are from Dollar Tree. Hey, look in the Dollar Tree checkout section. That's where I find my daily prayer cards. So also, I've heard that Dollar Tree has out some new farmers market calendars. I have yet to see them, but I'm excited for you guys if you found them. And hey, listen, join me over on my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page. Follow me over there. I have a free little group page. It is strictly for all of us crafters and decorators to come together and share photos of your home decor and DIY crafts. So pop over there. It's free to join. I just wanted a place that was positive community for us to relax and unwind, enjoy crafting and decorating. That's it, nothing else. So I just feel like the world needs more of that positivity and goodness. And listen, you all have a voice. You can always use your voice for positivity. So if you're watching this video, you must be online somewhere. And so remember, when you drop comments down below in anyone's videos or even on your best friend's Facebook post or an acquaintance, always use your voice for voice of good. Be positive, be kind, because there's so much out there and you never know what anybody's going through. I'm going through things sometimes, and so just remember to try to stay positive and use that voice for good. So I love y'all. I'm hugging all of your hearts so tight. Keep up the good work crafting and decorating, and no matter where you're at in your journey, keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I promise you, every time we are given a new gift of God's blessing, which is just opening our eyes, it's a new chance for us to bring joy to the world. So thank you guys again. I can't wait for our next video. I have been on vacation this week, so hang with me. We'll have new DIY videos coming up next week. I'll be refreshed and relaxed and inspired, maybe a little bit jet lagged, but we will have an amazing time next week. So I love y'all. I can't wait for our next video. And until then, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.